The party was in full swing when my fiancé, Griffin, disappeared. I was about to go look for him when a stream of comments flashed before my eyes. Why is the villainess by the car all of a sudden? Our sweet heroine is still connected with the leading man. I love that the villainess's new car is about to become the love nest where the hero and heroine first taste the forbidden fruit. Hehe serves her right for trying to take the heroine's place. Let her burn with rage. Our mutual friends quickly moved to stop me. Griffin said, he went to buy you a gift. He told you to go back inside and wait. These friends are the real MVPs, covering for our favorite couple. Our tall, handsome hero belongs to our girl Izzy. If I were there, I'd help them lie to the evil villainess too. Damn, our boy Griffin is intense. He slammed her against the hood to kiss her and broke the bumper. I glanced up at the blistering midsummer sun, then at my car, baking in the heat with the AC off. I pulled out my phone and dialed my insurance company. Hello, my bumper's been hit. I need an agent here within the hour. I'll be waiting by the car.
No.
An hour? They'll bake to death in there. The friends of Griffin and Isabel frowned. Arya, you're going to wait out here for an hour? One of them, Landon, asked. It's 100 degrees out. You'll get sunstroke. Just wait inside. We'll let you know when the insurance agent gets here. No can do, I said, shaking my head. I look away for a second and my bumper gets smashed. What if I go inside and they do it again? This is a brand new car. I turned and called out to the owner of the seaside restaurant. Excuse me, could you bring out a few large fans and a patio umbrella? And maybe 20 ice-cold watermelons? Oh, and bring out that big ice cream freezer too. We can enjoy the ocean view out here. What's with this sudden urge to watch the ocean? She's out here chilling while our hero and heroine are going to die of heat stroke in that car. This is bad. The AC isn't on. If they turn it on now, with everyone gathered here, they'll be exposed. I'm so stressed. It's 100 degrees outside, which means it could get up to 130, 140 inside that car. Can't this evil witch just drop dead? All she does is cause trouble. Arya Collins, Landon, the de facto leader of Griffin and Isabel's friend group, stepped in front of me. None of us are interested in watching the ocean. If you're not coming inside, you can stay out here by yourself. He gestured for the others to follow him. They all shot me a look of pure contempt, scoffed, and started walking back toward the restaurant. Yes. I love how they just turned their backs on her. Landon's got her number. The way Arya sucks up to them, she'll be running back to apologize the second they leave. This will give our favorite couple the chance to sneak out. My fists clenched at my sides. It was true. I was a suck-up. I did everything I could to get Griffin and Isabel's friends to like me. They were the ones who had grown up with Griffin and Isabel. They were the tight-knit circle. I was the outsider, the latecomer. But we were engaged when we were 5 years old. Can the evil villainess just die already? So, what if her parents were swept away by a flood saving our 5-year-old hero? It was an honor for her parents to save him. Not every NPC gets that kind of storyline, okay? Besides, she's the villain. The only reason the hero's father felt guilty enough to set up the engagement was because her parents died. Does she really think she's worthy of him? She hit the jackpot and still acts like the world owes her. Ugh. Don't worry, guys. The villainess will keep tormenting our heroine and die a horrible death in the end. Just keep watching. The mention of my parents sent a shard of ice through my heart. I squeezed my eyes shut, forcing the pain down. When I was 5, I didn't know Griffin already had a childhood sweetheart. It wasn't until after we got engaged in college that I realized he and Isabel shared a whole life, a circle of friends, weekly parties, and yearly vacations that I was never a part of. I tried so hard to break into that circle. But whenever I showed up, the atmosphere would instantly freeze over. I'd bring them expensive gifts, and they'd offer a dismissive thanks before tossing them aside, never even bothering to take them home. I'd offer to pay for everyone to go on a trip, but Griffin and Isabel would always be the ones to choose the destination. Just like this seaside barbecue. My eyes, burning with unshed tears, fixed on my new car. The comments said I would die a horrible death. Fine. Let's see who dies first. What are you still doing out here? Landon snapped, his brow furrowed in disapproval. Are you really going to sit here all day?
Yes.
You guys go on ahead. They all froze, exchanging bewildered glances. Normally, this was the moment I would have panicked, terrified of their disapproval, and scrambled to follow them. But I paid for the meal. I covered their travel expenses. Why was I always the one groveling? Seeing that I wasn't budging, Landon shot a quick, nervous glance at my car, which appeared perfectly normal from the outside. His voice grew harsher. Griffin told you to wait inside. You're already a nobody in this group. If you can't even follow a simple instruction, don't bother coming out with us again. Oof, what a burn. Landon knows exactly how to hit her where it hurts. Everyone knows her biggest dream is to be accepted into the hero and heroine's social circle. Fine. My single-word reply left them stunned. I heard one of them whisper, though not quietly enough. Is it just me? Or is she different today? Another one tried a different tactic. Arya, stop making a scene. This is only going to make Griffin hate you more. That's right. The villainess can lose everything except the hero's loved. LMAO, classic female rivalry brain. You keep doing you, girl. If I didn't know she was going to die miserably in the end, I would have stopped reading out of pure rage by now. I frowned at the stream of text. Landon smirked, thinking he had me. Now that you understand, hurry up and come inside. Everyone's waiting for you. Then let them wait, I said, casually sipping my watermelon juice. We can all wait together. If you don't want to, you can go inside. Silence. They were completely speechless. What the hell? Did this woman have a lobotomy today? Has she never seen the ocean before? Didn't she see enough water when her parents were swept away by the flood? Get lost, you bitch. Our girl Izzy is about to pass out in Griffin's arms. Turn on the AC, Izzy. Are you dumb? If she does that, everyone will know someone's in the car. They're still occupied. Not gonna lie, the sweat glistening on our hero's muscles is pretty hot. Drools. Arya, please. We're begging you, okay? For the first time ever, I heard something like surrender in their voices. But I wasn't biting. My brand new car gets its bumper smashed, and I'm just supposed to let it go? What if someone did it on purpose? If I leave, what's to stop them from doing something worse? But LMAO, smashed. She'd probably have a heart attack if she knew it was because our hero was kissing our heroine too hard against the hood. I can't wait to see her face when she finds out the truth and has a total meltdown. Haha. Yeah, but still, they need to get out of there. Our girl is starting to lose consciousness. Don't worry, they're the main characters. They won't die. Besides, being a little delirious will only make the experience more intense. What are you all doing gathered out here? A familiar voice. I paused. My childhood friend, Owen? Oh, Arya, you found out? I was just passing by and accidentally bumped your car. I was about to come find you to apologize. So, it was you. Landon interjected immediately. You should have said something sooner. Arya thought someone did it maliciously and already called her insurance. Haha. I was in a hurry, figured I'd tell you when I got back. Owen said, moving to pull me up. My bad, this meal's on me. Come on. Big bro will treat you to whatever you want inside.
No.
I'm waiting for the insurance agent. Landon was getting agitated now. It's Owen, Arya. Do you have to be so formal about everything? Owen chimed in. It's scorching out here. Don't stay in the sun. Your skin is so delicate you'll burn. How much is it? I'll pay for it. Just let me take you inside first. No need. We'll go through insurance. You don't have to spend a dime. Ugh, I'm so annoyed. Is her ass glued to that chair? What a buzzkill. Our heroine and hero still have the second act to get to. Nobody wants to watch you sit there. Why are you being so polite with me? Suddenly, my feet left the ground. The world turned upside down as he threw me over his shoulder. Owen was carrying me off like a sack of potatoes. Yes. Go. Second male lead. Go. Owen, you're the man. If the villainess won't cooperate, use force. Get her out of the way. Please, universe, give me a guy like him. He knew the heroine was in trouble and came to the rescue immediately, no hesitation, even if it meant turning on his childhood friend. Dude, it's our heroine. What man could possibly resist her? If I were him, I'd help our girl Izzy too. Owen, put me down, I yelled, grabbing onto the doorframe of the restaurant. Owen just chuckled and pried my fingers away. We grew up together. Don't be shy now. Go, Owen, go. Griffin has already helped Isabel get her clothes back on. Carry the villainess inside, so they can get out. Too bad this bitch ruined the mood. No second round for them now. I gritted my teeth and sank them into Owen's back. Hard. Ack. He dropped me. Blood was already seeping through his shirt from the bite mark. Is this bitch part dog? Why is she going back? Our heroine is about to pass out. If they don't get out now, someone's going to die. Griffin is about to faint too, but he's still holding her hand so tightly. I'm literally crying. Are you insane? When did you start biting people? Owen yelled, clutching his wound. The insurance agent is on their way, I said coldly. If you want to go inside, go. Don't touch me again. You. Owen looked at his blood-stained hand. Are you coming inside or not? Not. Fine. He gritted his teeth and pulled out his phone. Hello? 911? I've been bitten. Yes, it was an assault. You can be here in 3 minutes?
Great.
Please hurry. I'm afraid she'll attack someone else.
Sweet.
Griffin and Isabel might be fading, but they can hold on for 3 more minutes. The cops will take her away, and our 2 lovebirds can finally escape. The insurance guy is still 30 minutes out. Ha ha ha, serves her right. The villainess is about to be replaced. Sure enough, a police car pulled up just a few minutes later. Landon and the others immediately pointed at me. It was her. We all saw her bite Mr. Roberts. We can be witnesses. That's right. We'll go down to the station with you and give our statements. These friends are so loyal. I'm tearing up. They've all known each other since they were kids. You don't see friendships like that anymore. An officer looked at the wound on Owen's back and frowned. Ma'am, your actions constitute a serious assault. Please come with us for questioning. But before I could say another word, I felt the cold click of handcuffs on my wrists. They started to lead me toward the patrol car.
Yes.
They're already in the trunk. I didn't assault him. Officer, please just wait. I'm begging you, just wait a little longer. You injured a man this badly. We can't leave you out here, where you might pose a threat to others. Get in the car. But hurry, hurry. They've unlocked the trunk from the inside. As soon as she's in the car, they can climb out. Crunch. A loud bang echoed as a car slammed into mine from behind. Aria Collins, don't you know how to park? Why did you leave your car in the middle of the road? Why is the hero's mom here? I stared in shock at the Audi A8 that had just rear-ended my car. It was a gift I had recently bought for Griffin's mother, Helen Prescott. I had tried so damn hard to win her and her family's approval. But now, Helen was pointing a trembling finger at me. If you can't park, drive it into the ocean. Why would you deliberately block the road? You smashed my front bumper, you malicious little snake. Why didn't your parents take you with them when they died? Then my son wouldn't be trapped by this debt of gratitude, forced to marry a woman who can't hold a candle to Isabel. The mother knows best. This bitch is just holding their sacrifice over everyone's head to tear our favorite couple apart. Our hero has broad shoulders, long legs, and an 8-pack. Is this villainess even worthy of him? Only a curvy goddess like our heroine deserves to be with him. Go, Izzy. Get pregnant with his baby, and he'll hate the villainess even more. The police had no choice but to start handling a new traffic accident on top of everything else. I watched Helen's dramatic, over-the-top accusations, and a slow smile spread across my face. Your son isn't trapped by any debt of gratitude, I said calmly. He's in that car right now, tangled up with your precious Isabel. Helen's face went pale. What kind of nonsense are you spouting? I jutted my chin toward the car. Don't believe me? Open it up. Check the trunk. I bet Isabel isn't even wearing any pants. And if you run a test, you'll probably find traces of both of their DNA on my seat cushions. Your son's. And hers. You bitch. A hand flew out and slapped me across the face. Just because you're a slut, you accuse my son and Isabel of the same thing. I knew a poorly raised orphan as you would never amount to anything. My poor son, having his life ruined by you. An officer grabbed her wrist. I touched my stinging cheek. Then, with a grit of my teeth, I slapped her back. Hard. Why am I an orphan with no one to raise me? If my mother were still alive, your son would be the one without parents, because he'd be dead. You dash. Helen clutched her chest. The police forcibly pulled us apart. Officers, you all saw that. Helen shrieked. She blocked my way, spread disgusting rumors about my son and Isabel, and now she's hit an old woman. Arrest her. Arrest her now. A crowd of onlookers had gathered. Hearing this, they started murmuring and frowning in my direction. Landon and his friends conveniently chose that moment to speak up. It's true, she bit a man first. And she definitely just hit Mrs. Prescott. Oh my God, I'm so mad. This bitch dared to hit an old woman. Let me through the screen. I'm gonna slap this whore to death. Yeah, whatever, but can we get the main characters out of there already? Our girl Izzy has passed out. This is turning into heat stroke. No, I think she already has it. Griffin, save her. He can't, he's been dehydrated for just as long. If they don't open that door, they're both going to die. Turn on the AIC. Who cares about being exposed anymore? They don't have the strength. Ma'am, I said to Helen, my voice dangerously calm. I suggest you open the trunk and see for yourself. Never, she spat at me. You think I'm going to fall for your tricks? I bet it's you in there with another man doing something to cheat on my son, so you're trying to pin it on him. You vile creature, I'm going to kill you. She lunged at me again, ignoring the officers trying to hold her back. The scene descended into chaos. It took the police a full 5 minutes to finally restrain her. By then, my shirt was torn. Helen was still screaming. What are you waiting for? Arrest this liar who's slandering my son. The lead officer had had enough. Ma'am, the easiest way to clear this up is to just open the trunk and look. Helen shot me a venomous glare. It's 100 degrees out here. Who would be hiding in a car? Fine. Look. No, don't open it. They took their clothes off again because it was too hot.
Click.
The trunk hissed open. Ah. A piercing scream cut through the air. Helen stared at the contents of the trunk, her face a mask of disbelief. I had to look away, a flicker of disgust crossing my face. Not because of the two nearly motionless, miserable figures inside, but because the brand new interior was utterly ruined, stained with their sweat and other fluids. My poor car, it was a total loss. What is? Even the police officers seemed at a loss for words. Griffin? Isabel? Helen's voice trembled. A few parents in the crowd quickly covered their children's eyes. What is wrong with you people? One of them shouted, disgusted. Doing this in broad daylight. Have you no shame? You'll corrupt our children. Exactly, I added loudly, making sure everyone could hear. And in his fiancé's car, no less. With another woman. Aren't you afraid of a little karma? You evil bitch. Helen lunged at me like a madwoman. You did this. You threw them in there. You were trying to murder them. Officers, arrest this murderer. The scene became a whirlwind of activity. The police were trying to restrain Helen while simultaneously calling for an ambulance. I watched as Griffin and Isabel were hastily covered with blankets, lifted from the trunk, and loaded onto stretchers. A slow, satisfied smile touched my lips. Whoa! Why is the villainess smiling like that? Did she know all along?
No way.
Could she see our comments? HOLY shit. That means she knew they were in the car. She did it on purpose. She really is the evil villainess. I'm so fucking mad. Aya. It's over. They were in there for over half an hour. Their eyes were vacant when they came out. They're probably not going to make it. No. They're the main characters, they can't die. I haven't even seen them get their happy ending. A happy ending? I stared at the departing ambulance. Maybe they'll find it 6 feet under. Good riddance. I went to the police station, gave my statement, and ended up paying Owen a settlement to make the whole thing go away. During the scuffle with Helen, however, I'd gotten a few deep scratches. I went to the hospital to get them bandaged. Just as I was about to leave, a figure rushed forward, grabbed me by the collar, and slapped me so hard I fell to the floor. You bitch. How could you be so evil? Clutching my face, I looked up into the furious eyes of Griffin. I knew it. The main characters can't die. Thank you, doctors. They saved them even from that extreme situation. This is the most useful a doctor has ever been in a novel. They saved our heroine too. I really thought the heat stroke was going to be the end of her. Bless these doctors. Like this comment to add to their good karma. Liked. That's her. She's the one who locked my son and Isabel in the car and nearly baked them to death. Helen, supported by friends, shrieked, pointing a finger at me. The entire hospital lobby went silent. Isabel, looking pale and leaning on her friends, spoke up, her voice trembling. Arya, sister, how could you? How could you lock Griffin and me in your car to die? If the police hadn't shown up when they did, our reputations would have been ruined. Griffin yanked me to my feet. You bitch. Apologize to her. Get off me. I slapped his hand away with all my might. Arya Collins, how dare you touch my son? Helen shrieked, trying to charge at me again before being held back. She hit the hero. How dare this bitch? It's bad enough she's trying to steal the heroine's man, but now she dares to mar that perfect face. Can we fast forward to the part where this bitch dies? Griffin's head was turned slightly to the side, a look of stunned disbelief on his face. What are you doing, sister? Isabel cried, stepping in front of him protectively, her eyes red. You are the one who lured us to your new car, took our phones, and tried to frame us to ruin our innocence. What right do you have to hit anyone?
Slap.
The sound echoed as my hand connected with Isabel's cheek. I stuffed you in the car? I said, my voice dripping with ice. What? Did you not see the pictures from when the trunk was opened? And even if you were forced in there together against your will, did I also force you to be naked and wrapped around each other? Some of the onlookers had already started recording on their phones. That's because... Isabel paled. It was so hot. We were delirious from the heat. That's the only reason we took off our clothes. Oh, really? Your underwear too. That's enough. Owen stepped forward, steadying Isabella. Arya, stop being unreasonable. So, what if they took everything off when they were about to die from the heat? Landon chimed in, frowning. Even if Isabel and Griffin were having an affair, Griffin has his own car. Why would they go to yours? Exactly, another friend added. Don't listen to her. It was 100 degrees out there, probably felt like 130 in the car. Who would be stupid enough to fool around in that kind of heat? The crowd wavered. Owen looked at me, his expression one of profound disappointment. Arya, you've gone too far this time. You were afraid Isabel would steal your fiancé, but that's your own insecurity talking. You made up these wild accusations in your head. And to protect yourself from your own paranoia, you decided to ruin her reputation like this, forcing her and Griffin to keep their distance forever. Your methods are truly vicious. Owen, I expect this from them, but you too? I stared at him, my heart aching. He avoided my gaze. After my parents died, he was the closest thing I had to family. The comments, however, were ecstatic. So, what if he's her childhood friend? This is the enchanting heroine we're talking about. Not everyone is like you, Arya. Good job, Owen. A bitch like her deserves to be abandoned by everyone. Serves her right for having parents who died so young. Helen stared at me, her eyes bloodshot. You are a truly evil person. You planned this, didn't you? You knew they'd get so hot they'd have to take their clothes off, and then you could slander my son. You could hold this over his head and keep him trapped forever. You monster. It's obvious you had no one to teach you any decency. That's why you do something so wicked. Isabel burst into tears. Sister, we're both women. How could you do this to me? Our baby is crying. My heart is breaking. Don't cry, sweetie. The bitch will die a horrible death. Your handsome husband will get revenge for you, so no more tears, okay? You shameless monster, a middle-aged woman from the crowd suddenly shouted, grabbing my shirt. I've heard enough. Someone needs to teach you a lesson today. Don't let her get away. She almost killed 2 people. Wait, I yelled, holding up my phone. If you want to know if I framed them or not, why don't we just check the dashcam footage? Griffin's head snapped up. The dashcam? You said it was broken. I got it fixed. Why? Griffin's face drained of color. No. That footage was supposed to be for our favorite couple to enjoy after they finally got together. Put it away. Bitch, don't you dare ruin this. If you show that now, how are they ever supposed to face each other again? Have a heart, you evil witch.
Cracky.
My phone was knocked from my hand, shattering on the tile floor. Have you had enough yet? Griffin snarled, grabbing my arm.
Come on.
We're going home.
Slap.
Another sharp crack echoed as my hand met his face again. He stared at me, utterly bewildered. Arya, what has gotten into you? I bent down and picked up my phone. The screen was a spiderweb of cracks, but it still turned on. No, Isabel shrieked, lunging for it. But she was too late. I had already cast the dashcam footage to the large monitor in the hospital waiting room. Turn it off. You can't play this now. It's over. The villainess is truly rotten to the core. I stared at the screen. Is this what you call being framed and stuffed into a car by me? On the screen, Isabel was clearly visible, pushed up against the hood of my car. Griffin was kissing her with a savage intensity, the force of it great enough to damage the bumper. Even in the short walk to the passenger door, their lips never parted. Griffin used his spare key to open the door, then shoved Isabel down onto the seat. Griffin, darling, this is your sister's car. Are you sure about this? Griffin's breathing was heavy. It's her car. Doesn't that make it even more of a thrill? The middle-aged woman who had grabbed me stood with her mouth agape. Everyone in the lobby stared, their faces a mixture of shock and disgust, their eyes darting between the screen and the 2 people at the center of it. Helen Prescott pointed a trembling finger at the monitor. That's... Her eyes rolled back into her head, and she collapsed. Mom, Griffin yelled, rushing to her side. The lobby erupted into chaos as people shouted for doctors and nurses rushed in with a gurney. I watched it all unfold, a cold, triumphant smile playing on my lips. I'm so mad. The bitch won again. That smile on her face is disgusting. A classic villain sneer. Didn't I pay for a premium subscription? Why can't I fast forward? I just want to see her die already. I stared at the comments and slowly raised my middle finger. Then I turned and walked away. Did I just see that right? Did she just flip us off? No way this bitch can actually see what we're typing. Can she? For a long while after that, the comments disappeared. I thought the drama was finally over. Until one day, a new comment popped up. Even though our favorite couple's reputations are ruined, the evil villainess called off the engagement. So now they can finally be together for real. I saw they're having a wedding in Bali. The journey was tough, but the ending is beautiful. The evil villainess thought breaking the engagement would get her a win him back storyline. Plot twist. Our hero took our heroine and ran off to paradise. A wedding in Bali is perfect. No one knows them there, they can settle down, and everyone will just think they're a sweet, loving couple. This is so satisfying. The little home they built was funded by the villainess's pathetic attempts to buy his love. That's the ultimate slap in her face. I put down my breakfast chopsticks. What? Those 2 ran off to live happily ever after? Oh, I don't think so. At the wedding in Bali, the comments were a tidal wave, nearly obscuring my vision. My OTP forever. It was worth sticking with this story for so long. The evil villainess caused you so much pain, but I know the author will punish her severely for it. May you live happily ever after. Don't pay any attention to that homewrecker who tried to tear you apart. And now, let's give a warm round of applause to welcome the bride and groom. the officiant announced. The wedding march began to play. A second later, it was replaced by the sound of heavy panting. The speakers screeched with feedback. Then, the large screen that was supposed to be showing a sweet slideshow of the couple's memories cut to a familiar dashcam view. Who did this? Shut it off. Landon yelled, jumping to his feet. The rest of their friends scrambled to do the same. It's no use. The projection room is locked. Griffin's head snapped up. Through the window of the projection booth, he could see my smiling face. Turn it off. Turn it off. Ah. Isabel screamed, covering her head. The video was crystal clear, and the audio was even clearer. The entire wedding party heard their exchange. Griffin, darling, this is your sister's car. Are you sure about this? It's her car. Doesn't that make it even more of a thrill? The guests gasped. This is an affair. You're the other woman, someone shouted. Bullshit. You're the other woman. Our heroine was always meant to be with a hero. Arya was the one holding a dead parent sacrifice over his head. Exactly. Arya is the real homewrecker. Isabel was trembling, collapsing into a chair as her friend rushed to comfort her. Landon was furious. Get your facts straight. The one playing that video is the homewrecker. As soon as the words left his mouth, another video appeared on the screen. Is that the great flood from 20 years ago? A guest murmured. A couple saved a little boy. That's Griffin. Wow, he was a handsome kid even then. Destined to be a heartbreaker. That couple was swept away. Did they survive? Unfortunately, I said, my voice now booming through the speakers, they did not. They were my parents. Arya. Griffin roared. I continued, my voice steady. Mr. Prescott, Griffin's late father, felt sorry for this lonely orphan and arranged for his son to be engaged to me. We broke off that engagement last month. Last month? So, Isabel really is the other woman. Don't be ridiculous. Griffin always loved Isabel. Love or not, he was still engaged to Arya at the time. That's called cheating. The door to the booth was forced open. Griffin stormed in and dragged me out. He pulled me to a secluded corner, his eyes burning with rage. How much money do you want? I don't want your money. I am never going to marry you, he seethed.
Yes.
Your parents saved me. And yes, I agreed to the engagement. But I was a child. I didn't know any better. If you want compensation, ask for something else. I'll give you anything I can. But you can't force love with a debt of gratitude. Such a clear-headed hero. He always stands firm for our heroine. Please, universe, give me a man like him. I love him so much, ugh. Who said I wanted your love? He froze. I let out a cold laugh. Holding a debt over your head? No, you've got it all wrong. The only reason I did any of this is that your family, with the sole exception of your deceased father, never showed an ounce of respect for my dead parents. I don't want you back, Griffin. I want you and Isabel to be ruined. I want you nailed to a pillar of shame so you can never hold your heads high again. Griffin shook his head, his eyes wide with a desperate disbelief. No, you wouldn't.
You wouldn't do this to me.
You couldn't. Couldn't 17. A new video started playing on the big screen. Isabel took one look and screamed, "Turn it off." But the couple on the screen wasn't her and Griffin anymore. It was her. And another man. Griffin stared, his face a mask of horror. A montage began to play. Clip after clip of Isabel with different men. Even his own friends were speechless. I smiled. Griffin, you fell for a woman who would sleep with her friend's fiancé. Did you really think she'd only ever do it with one man? Griffin, darling. It's all fake. Isabel scrambled toward him, grabbing his legs. It's her. She faked those videos to slander me. Don't let her trick you. A vicious slap sent her reeling. Griffin's fists were trembling. You bitch. Griffin. Griffin, are you insane? That's our heroine. Ahem. Am I the only one who's been wanting to slap this so-called heroine for a while now? Holy shit, I thought I was the only one. All those mindless comments made me feel like I was going crazy. I was too afraid to post anything. Me too, me too. Are you people nuts? You're defending the villain, the homewrecker? Yuri, the one who's nuts. The heroine's parents died for the hero. Even if he didn't love her, the least he could do was show her some basic respect. Exactly. If he had been honest from the start, broken things off respectfully, and offered fair compensation, no one would have blamed him. But he wanted to have his cake and eat it too, all while playing the victim. He's the worst kind of manipulator. What kind of sociopath wrote this story? Are the people liking these comments even human? Switch to human moderator, switch to human mod. Error. Switch to human moderator. I stared at the shifting comments. And I smiled. Actually, I think the villainess is the real heroine. I've been rooting for her this whole time. The moment she woke up, she stopped being a puppet for a brain-dead author. She became the protagonist of her own world. That's right. The character the readers root for is the real protagonist. The so-called hero and heroine can step aside now. Do get in the way of our true queen's triumphant rise. I left the chaos behind me and walked away. Griffin chased after me. Arya.
Slap.
I backhanded him without breaking my stride. Stay away from me. He froze, watching in stunned silence as I walked further and further away. The comments were a unified chorus. Hell yeah. So satisfying. I checked the timeline. It really did change. The so-called hero and heroine went bankrupt not long after she left. They moved into a tiny apartment, fought constantly, and even got physical. Their life is a complete mess. Meanwhile, Arya's career is skyrocketing. Yes. Finally. The stream of text before my eyes flickered. And then it was gone. The last few comments I saw were, "Be happy, Arya. You've got this, Arya. Wishing you a lifetime of joy." I smiled. You too. It seemed the comments were right. My business grew beyond my wildest dreams. Owen came to find me once. His face was etched with regret. I'm sorry, Arya.
I don't know what I was thinking back then.
I can't believe I let myself hurt you for a woman like her. I ignored him. In the boardroom, however, I began to systematically apply pressure to his family's company. It didn't take long for them to file for bankruptcy. As for Landon and the others, their family fortunes began to dwindle one by one. The group of people who had once looked down on me from their pedestals was now sending me pathetic messages. MS. Collins, I was wondering if we might have a chance to meet. Arya, I'm so sorry about everything that happened. We had no idea they were so shameless. MS. Collins, please be the bigger person. I've prepared some gifts for you. Would you maybe want to go on another trip with us? I blocked their numbers. Then I launched an all-out financial assault on their businesses. Soon enough, the empires they had worked so hard to build were acquired by my company. They disappeared from the business world entirely. I heard that some of them went to find Griffin, trashing his tiny apartment and screaming that he and Isabel had ruined their lives. If it weren't for them, they never would have alienated me. They caused so much trouble that they ended up in the hospital and even jail a few times. I found it all deeply ironic and a little amusing, but it had nothing to do with me anymore. Just like the comment said, I would keep going. I would be happy. For the rest of my life, I would live only for myself.